Hey everybody, in case you're struggling with the Unit 8 practice number 1, I thought I'd put up this video to help you because sometimes just looking at the key isn't very helpful. So the square root of 36, 6 times 6 is 36. So it's 6, but if you're not sure, hit second x squared. Oops, would help if I put the number in. Second x squared 36. You can do that for any of these. So square root of 36 is 6. Square root of 4 is 2, so if you put the negative out front, it would be negative 2. Square root of 121, again, if you're not sure, type it in. Second x squared, 121, 11. All right, if there's a fraction, not a big deal. We're doing the square root of 1 over the square root of 9, or you could put it all in as 1. Fraction into your calculator, you get 1/3. Okay, square root of 100 is not 50, it's 10, so it would be negative 10 because of the negative out front. Square root of 81 divided by the square root of 36. Again, if you wanted to, you don't have to show this step, but if you wanted to, second x squared, you can put it all in at once. Alpha y equals, hit enter to get your fraction. 81 over 36, hit enter. It will simplify it for you. Now you might be saying, well, that should be 9 over 6. Well, that can be simplified further. 9 and 6 are both divisible by 3. So the calculator simplifies the fraction for you. All right, square root of 1 is 1. Square root of 16 is 4, not 8. And then bring the negative down. Negative 1/4. And finally, square root of 144 is 12. So negative 12 for that one. All right, with these, if you try to put it into your calculator, it's not going to help you. It does not. I want you to put it into simplest radical form, which means no decimals. All right, so second square root of, 162. Not a perfect square. So couple things you can do. Remember the calculator trick, which I put right here. You type in, go to y equals, type the number 162 divided by x squared. 162 divided by x squared. Hit second graph to go to the table, and so you can see right here the 162. You want to scroll down until you find your last set of whole numbers. The easiest way is scroll down until you find a 1 and then go back up. 9, 2. So it's 9 radical 2 is your answer. Okay? If you did it by hand, 161 or 162 is the same as 81 times 2. Square root of 81 is 9, and then you leave the square root of 2. All right, if we do this one by hand, so think about the perfect squares that go into 20. 1, 2 times 2 is 4. Ooh, 4 goes into 20. 5 times 5 is, or 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 4 is 16, 25, and so on. So 4 goes into 20. 4 times 5. The square root of 4 is 2, and then bring the radical 5 down. Again, you can do it right in the calculator if you feel more comfortable with that. Y equals 20, not the square root, just 20 divided by x squared. Go to the table. 1 radical 20, 2 radical 5. Oh, 2 radical 5. There it is, right there. All right. Let's do 90 while we're in here. 90 divided by x squared. 1 radical 90, 3 radical 10. That's the last whole number set. So it's going to be negative, because of the negative sign, 3 radical 10. If you did it by hand, you'd bring the negative down. 90 can be written as 9 times 10. They each get their own radical. And the square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 10 stays underneath. If you accidentally switched them, like 5 radical 2 instead of 2 radical 5, if you typed radical 20 and your answer into the calculator, you'd see you have 2 separate things. All All right, so 48 you might recognize as 16 times 3, which would be 4 radical 3. But again, if that's not so easy for you, if you don't recognize that as quickly, maybe you don't know your perfect squares, this calculator trick is great. It works every time. So we go to y equals 48 divided by x squared. Second graph, go down till you find the 1, go back up, 4 radical 3. The x goes in front, the y goes underneath. All right. On the next one, we'll bring the negative 2 down. I see 144 right off the bat, 144 times 2. But again, you might not recognize that. You might not know 144 is a perfect square. So we can use our calculator. The square root of 144 is 12, so we have 12 radical 2. And then we just got to bring this negative 2 down, and anything outside gets multiplied, negative 24 radical 2. If you had typed it into the calculator, you just type in the 288 for this trick. Clear 288 divided by x squared. Doesn't take long. Scroll down, so 2 radical 72, 3 radical 32, 4 18, 6 radical 8. Keep going until you find the 1. You might think that that was your answer. Keep going until you find 1 in the y column, right there. Go back up, 12 radical 2. Same thing. All right, 32. Calculator's open, why not? 32 divided by x squared. Go to the table. I'm going to scroll down until I find 1, 4 radical 2. And then I brought the 1/2 down. Half of 4 is 2 radical 2. Is your answer. Again, in the table, if you did 32 divided by x squared and y equals, you'd have 4 and 2 here. And that's another way you could get that. Okay. On your paper, C and D are on that page, so you are responsible to do all 4. So like radicals, you just add the numbers out front. 2 plus 4 is 6, radical 5. Keep the radicand. All right, radical 7, that would be a 1 if nothing's in front, so I have 1 radical 7 minus 5 radical 7. 1 minus 5, negative 4 radical 7. And then 8 radical 3 plus 1 radical 3 would be positive 9 radical 3. So it's kind of like working with variables. All right, on this next one, 9 radical 5 minus 3 radical 5 is 6 radical 5. And then positive 6 radical 11 minus 8 radical 11, 6 minus 8, negative 2 radical 11. Again, these 2 questions are on, your page. Okay, I got a 3x and another 3x. Negative 8 plus 10, or 10 minus 8 would be 2 radical 3x. And then we don't have anything to combine with this one, so we just bring it along. Plus 6 radical 2x. You're just simplifying it down as much as you can. All right, that's it. Next video will be all about solving quadratics to find the zeros using square roots. All right, have a great day.